Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Oh yes, I am a happy man tonight. A happy man. A happy man because I'm alive. A happy man because I'm strong. A happy man because I'm courageous. A happy man because I'm steadfast. A happy man because I'm standing strong and firm to engage those who want to continue keeping us in oppression, subjecting us into poverty, and endangering our livelihoods, pushing us into death. We talk the good, we talk the bad. We criticize the good ones, the bad ones, sorry, and we praise the good ones. Let me say a very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora. Our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight to talk. All of those who consider freedom fighters, the best ones, Martin Luther King Jr., and Nelson Mandela, Muhammad Gandhi. You can go and name the rest of them. Your vision and your mission, your intention to them. Great leaders. Abraham Lincoln. Nothing. So, why? John F. Kennedy. Bill Clinton. They all have said to us, talk. Dialogue should always be a priority for all of us over fighting. And so we are not here to fight. We are here to engage. We are here to engage the wrong people, the bad people, for the good people. Oh yes, you didn't get that. We are here to engage the bad people for the good people. And in doing so, yes, people will get injured, people will get angry, but it's for the good reason. Just too many things to talk about, folks. That let us go. Yeke Koluba is in Nimba County steering of Yekepa. I'm told. We have a video here. We're going to play SF on that video. So the Nimba County campaign is tensed. And all the forces, the fighters, the fames, the popularities are all trooping into Nimba to engage into the last moments of the political campaign activities in that part of the country, where everybody, over 7 persons, right, are vying to replace former Senator of Nimba County, Prince Yomi Johnson. Who do Nimba people prefer? This is a conversation that we're going to be having tonight. The police have issued an apology to the CDC. The CDC says yes, the CDC has responded to the police a letter of apology, calling it a purported apology that they believe was unsolicited. My people don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have them broken. Telling you, brother. So oh yes, the debate of the code of conduct, and some officials are being accused of violating campaigning or engaging into political campaign activities in Nimba. What the government betray, they have enough for time, but instead they delay. All of these will form part of the menu for tonight. Yes, welcome. This is Freedom FM. This is Freedom Hard Talk. This is Austin Kawa. This is the only political fellowship on radio at about this time. Welcome to the fellowship, folks. Welcome all of you. This country, nobody will fight in this country. We will engage. We will dialogue. We will debate. Nobody will fight here. Everybody will still survive one way or the other. For some reason, I've noticed that some people are just angry. You know, certain people just angry. And my man said to me, you find the most angry people in the country right now, you find them in government. Most of them are just extremely angry. You say police director can't appear on this show. They made them angry. 10, 30 to 40 calls going in from one point to another point. Why is he appearing on Austin's show? But Aji, why are you going on Austin's show? This country is angry. Everybody just angry. Y'all will not bring war between Greg and myself. My man, they may appear, no issue. So if you're telling me get vexed and can blast, you're lying, away with me. Y'all before them when you say, yeah? But Aji, why are you appearing on Austin's show? But Aji, why are you going on Austin's show? The country, they got a small country. You can't spot. Yeah, you okay yourself. Aji not can't. This show be the show. Us will be us. All our guests will come. So hey, don't give yourselves heart attack, folks. Oh, no, you don't give yourself heart attack. Hey, you don't give yourself. Your boss will not come. Don't want to trust. The police Aji will not come tonight on the show. Nobody. But you will appear on the show. That is a guarantee. Angry people. Yes, the police Aji will not appear tonight, but he will come on the show. He will sit on the show. You see the reason why we asked why the government betrayed. Even His Excellency the President of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. Joseph Yeman Boaka, we allow Greg to come sit down on the show. So you're wasting your time. Oh, folks, that's the size and shape of the show tonight. We're about to go into politics, street politics all tonight. This show is proudly sponsored by Crime Stopper Liberia Women Same Science, and it's in partnership with Radio Entertainment Liberia, our partner that gives us the catch. Tonight is Monday night, and for the next 1 hour 35 minutes, and so all you have to do is to make sure you dial *799 *11 hash. And when you dial that number, you enter 8. When you enter, you see two options will appear before you. Option number 1 will be asking you whether you want to play in US dollars. And option number 2 will be asking you whether you want to play in Liberian dollars. Whichever currency you enter, select, you send and enter your mobile money password. Again, the short code is *799 *11 hash. You send. Two options will appear before you. Option number 1, if you select option number 1, you are playing in US dollars. And if you select option number 2, you are playing in Liberian dollars. When you send, you enter your mobile money password. The payout tonight is $4,000 to each of our winners. Let's see whether we can get the number we want to play to give our cash tonight. And very shortly, we take a word from our sponsor, Crime Stopper Liberia, and then we go to our Facebook Live to welcome all of you who join us tonight. Don't want to hope on nobody. My hope that I have been broken. Telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired. They tired. You see the reason why we are.
Shama musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the real authority. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must target, I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and
Old Man Sam Cyan, thank you, Papi, thank you for that message. So let's welcome some of you who've joined us tonight, because I see a long list of many of you. So we take our time to welcome some of you. Peter Wande, welcome to the show. Aliu Bakayoko, OS Success, Milton, T Max Angel, D Maria, something like that. Welcome. J Augustus Help, Gossen Wia, Sekou Fufana, Timothy Ertier, Sheikh, Masia, Rebecca, all of you, welcome to the show. I'm not making. I'm talking about angry people. One angry man on my post again. Sheikh Jeff, the man watching the show. He get his radio near him, listening to the radio to the show. He has a phone, bringing his data, watching the show. But he angry, he getting bad. Sheikh, thank you, welcome to the show. All of you, I can welcome you. When you hear me say welcome to those of you, even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them, welcome. You guys, I can be referring to. So welcome, Sheikh. Don't get too angry. Let's engage. Okay? There's nothing to be angry about. The fact that you're here means you're my follower, so I'm supposed to call you that courtesy. So welcome, Sheikh. Roden Harris, Maurice, Justice, all of you, welcome to the show tonight. Mohammed, CDC Pape, Success Keita, Amos Freeman. We said to you the new stream we're using is having some challenges, so we've already communicated with the service provider, and they are working on it to ensure that all your full names can start appearing on the live so we can see it or see them. Okay, so no time to waste. Just somebody sent me a screenshot about a Catholic priest, and we've been trying to reach out, but it's difficult. I really want to talk to you. I consider this a human interest story. So if anybody, I'm going to read what is written here, and if anybody knows him, can get me in touch with him, I would really, really love to have a conversation with him. And this is what is being reported. So sad. Catholic priest Daniel George of Christ the King Church was arrested on October 12, 2024, following allegations by a 16-year-old girl who accused him of repeated sexual abuse and threats against her and her mother. Well, in March of 2025, he was released from the Monrovia Central Prison after spending 6 months behind bars because prosecutors failed to indict him or proceed to trial, violating Liberia's criminal procedure law. The law requires that a defendant must be indicted within 2 court terms after arrest. The charges were dismissed without prejudice, meaning the state can refile the case in the future. Okay, this is what the this platform is reporting. So any of you who some of all of you who are Catholics, following the show, or some of you who are pre-days religious leaders, I'm sure you may know this priest Daniel George. From the picture I'm seeing, I don't know whether it's recent picture or it's old picture, but this picture looks younger. It looks like a younger person. So Daniel George is the priest of with according to this, the priest of the how you call it, Christ the King church, and he is alleged that he sexually abused repeatedly a 16-year-old girl, and he was taken to the Moravia Central Prison. He spent over 2 terms of court there, and there was no formal indictment against him, no prosecution, and everything. And so they had to they have to release him. Maybe the government will go back to solicit additional evidence. If they cannot, then Daniel George remains a free man according to our laws. But I really want to have, because this has to do with somebody's reputation. So if anybody can really link us with the priest of the Catholic Church or Christ the King, I'll be glad. After the show, if nobody can, after the show, I will reach out to some of my Catholic friends and see what I can get in contact with him. This has to do with somebody's reputation, and to also get in contact with the alleged victim, the family people too of the 16-year-old girl, to hear the 2 sides, because every story got more than 2 sides. Now, before they used to say 2 sides, now people say more than 2 sides. So we need to get in contact with the alleged victim, the 16-year-old girl, or her parents. If anybody listening to the show is familiar with this story, I will appreciate if you can link me with the family members of this 16-year-old girl that is alleged to have been raped by Daniel George, the priest of the Christ the King Catholic Church. So yeah, but I think anyway, that's all I can say. The kind of cases ain't good to people reputation, people character, people image. Even the 16-year-old girl has all image and her reputation or integrity to protect and all of that. So it's not something you just run into public posting and sharing and all of that. Even if the priest does not want to talk public, I can have a conversation with him and to know for myself what really transpired, what really went wrong. And probably he will be, in the best person to put me in contact also with the family members. Since he's a free man now, according to our laws. But these things happen, that's the system we have. I remember in 2017 or 2015, around there, Senator T.J. then had proposed amendment. I think he along Peter Coleman. Yeah. But I remember Senator T.J. particularly was very strong on proposing amendments to rape law. And there were 2 contentions. I remember he and the late Senator Geraldine Doe Sheriff heatedly argued on the floor that day. One was the definition of penetration, and I think there was some conversation about sexual intercourse. So with the law talking penetration, the law talking sexual intercourse, and then the non-bearable offense aspect. So he was concerned about why should we make alleged rape, allegation of rape, non-bearable. That was it. And then the argument from Senator Sherry was, hey, but then at the time the law was enacted, non-bearable offense, making the law non-bearable offense was necessary then because rape was on the increase and we needed a harsh law that would propose harsh punishments, that would deter people engaged into rape and other sexual harassment behaviors and all of that to desist. And trust me, I can attest to this. After that, after the rape law was passed into law and signed by the president, trust me, the issue about rape drastically reduced. So, to a greater extent, the law or the intent of making that law, making the intent of putting in the law, making rape non-bearable, the intent was significantly met. So nobody can argue that one. Now, okay, we agree that we met a significant portion, we significantly achieve, in deterring men and reducing the rate of rape in cases in the country and everything. Now that we have grown to this level, I think we need to repeal the law to remove non-bearable offense from there, because there were cases where family members, friends, girlfriend, former girlfriend, people who hate you, they will conspire with you, set you up, and then accuse you of rape. Accuse you because they know that it is non-bearable, so you will automatically go to jail. So there were people who were conspiring with people, accusing people randomly about raping them, sexually harassing them, and they were going to jail. And just like that. And so that thing became serious. And so I remember Senator Terry say, one woman, he was joking. He said, "You, Gerald, yes, not the whole. He just accused me of rape. The law said I'm going to go to jail. I will be in jail until you indict me. You get evidence. You prosecute me before I go. And as you are prosecuting me, I go. And when you realize that I'm wrong, I spend 1 year in jail, free 1 year in jail. Free 1 year, no evidence. Like in the case of this priest, I'm not saying he did not do it. I'm quoting the state. If I'm quoting this block that is quoting this reference in the state, they say he spent 6 months there. The state was unable to indict him. The state was unable to investigate him. Free 6 months he spent there. Now he has been released. Not only him. Last week, there were over 100 persons that were released from the Moravia Central Prison as well. And I'm very sure this priest was amongst the over 100 persons that were released from the Moravia Central Prison. Armed robbery case, theft of property, multiple charges or multiple offenses they were accused of committing. Some spent 6 months, some spent 1 year, some spent 3 years. Imagine somebody spending 3 years behind bars, pre-trial detainee. 3 years of your life. 3 years of your life behind bars. Just for the state of come and say, the people there, we get no crown, we get no evidence, we get nothing. They are not even being indicted. Somebody spent 3 years behind bars without you even indicting them. And they're just languishing in there. So this is serious. Already our justice system is so complicated. It is so challenging, and then our prison facilities are extremely small to accommodate people. And then we have the other day somebody said, "Man, the pre-trial detainees inside there are more than even those who are guilty of crimes." So we can't do this. So yeah, again, we need to. There's always a need to review our different laws. After 5 years, we put our critical laws before us for review. Some countries can review their laws after 5 years, some after 3 years, some after 6 years. They review their laws. For us, we got laws on the book, arcade laws. We don't send scholars to the legislature. Most of the people who can be down there didn't get no career. They got no special life skill. So we just send them there. The very few that were special life skill, they have to fit in for all of them and do the work. Imagine you get 73 persons in the house, and maybe that only 10% or 30% there thinking for all of them and working for all of them. If you will sit down, have to read the budget from page 1 to page 300 or page 502 to understand the budget. Even the Ways and Means Committee, some members on the Ways and Means Committee have not even opened the budget to say, let me read from page 1 to page 50. Maybe 2-3% will just sit down there and read the entire budget document from page 1 to 500 a day. And go now and start providing info. So you get small portion of the members in that legislature there doing the work, using that brain, working overtime to do the work for 103 human beings. Because we send lazy people to the legislature. So we just say now our laws just remain archaic. We don't review our laws. We don't, and this makes the Law Reform Commission dormant. This is supposed to be the primary responsibility of the Law Reform Commission. Reviewing our laws, upgrading our laws. So I remember Gloria Mususka, I think she was proposing a 5-year period to amend our constitution. I hope I'm correct I'm correct of the year. She was proposing that at least every 5 years, at the time she was head of the Constitutional Review Committee, she was proposing that at least after 5 years, we must be able to, as a country, sit down and amend and review our constitution, review our major laws and make amendments to them. Because the laws are made to address current issues, current realities. So when the laws are made to address current realities, you give it at least 3-4, maximum 5 years. After 5 years, it can't be current realities again that your laws will be addressing. So as we progress, we review our laws, amend them to suit or to fit the current reality. But we get one law, some law, the 30-year-old, no amendment has been done. Some law, 60-year-old, no amendment has been done. How you keep a law in the book that were addressing issues and things that were happening 60 years ago, we still using it right now in 2025. So this is, I mean, this is a serious thing. Those lawyers have to start. Councillor Kebeson, they have to start considering AFIA people, the Liberia National Bar Association, and the Law Reform Commission. I think we need to start looking at our laws, reviewing them after 3 years or after 5 years. Because after 5 years, your law can be addressing current issue, current realities now. And, you're in the future. After 5 years, you're in a new future. Or we tailor in line with the constitutional tenure for our government. So I read the two statements from the police and the CDC. Let me say congratulations to my dear friend and brother Abdul Kane, who graduated on Sunday. Sorry, did I say graduate? Yeah, who got married on Sunday, on yesterday. Yeah, the people say the wedding is the biggest wedding in St. Paul Bridge. The biggest. And I want to say, I think it's in District 16. Anyway, but Abdul will say, congratulations to you. And all of you who are celebrating your birthday today, our own man, Abu Sharif, the Freedom Money Rise man. Abu is observing his birthday. He should be at his dinner hall at the moment, having a dinner with his family. Ansu Sisse, Agent Duke, the man is also celebrating his birthday today. Who are you? Other one, I want to name everybody celebrating before I forget about them. All who celebrating your birthday, we'd like to say happy birthday to all of you. Hope you celebrate in Grand Star. Wishing you all the best. So this is what the police wrote earlier before the CDC response, which let me read. Yeah. Isaiah is heating. So this is what the police wrote. Let me read what the police wrote. Okay. The attention of the Liberia National Police has been drawn to public concerns regarding the presence of armed LNP officers at the recent Congress for Democratic Change rally held along Tottenham Boulevard in Congoton. It has been observed that these officers appeared appeared to be performing VIP protection duties, a role that falls primarily under the mandate of the Executive Protection Service, the EPS, which is solely responsible for the protection of VIPs. In response to these concerns, the Liberia National Police wishes to reaffirm its commitment to professionalism and to clarify the roles of our officers. LMP officers assigned to former presidents and other high-profile government officials entitled to VIP protection are expected to strictly adhere to their designated duties, which include crowd control, traffic management, and the general maintenance of public order. We extend our sincere apologies to the leadership of the Congress for Democratic Change for any misunderstanding or inconvenience this incident may have caused. Our primary objective remains to support the efforts of the Executive Protection Service and ensure the safety and security of all public gatherings in accordance with the law. The Liberia National Police takes the matter seriously and will take all necessary steps to ensure that officers comply fully with their roles and responsibilities moving forward. DCP Celia Clark, spokesperson Liberia National Police, signed this. And then, a few minutes after, the CDC released a statement. The CDC's police apology statement unsolicited and unwarranted. Office of ex-President Weah. The office of former President George M. Weah has taken note of a press release issued by the Liberia National Police on Monday, April 14, in which the LNP purported to apologize for their unprofessional conduct, unquote, of officers deployed during the recent due payment rally of the Coalition for Democratic Change, with which to emphasize that no complaint was lodged with the LNP regarding the conduct of security personnel at the event or any transgression for that matter. As such, the office of the former president views the LNP's unsolicited apology as unwarranted and potentially harboring ulterior political and sinister motives. Contrary to the LNP's claims, all security personnel who are assigned and designated by the state tasked with protecting former president, His Excellency George Weah, conducted themselves professionally throughout the peaceful and well-organized rally. We are at a loss as to why the LNP rely on social media and informal reports rather than engaging directly with the office of the former president to verify allegations of misconduct. We wish to iterate our call for the Liberia National Police and other state and other security agencies to strictly just stop calling the phone. Oh. We wish to iterate our call for the Liberia National Police and other security agencies to strictly adhere to their professional mandates and avoid politicizing their roles. Avoid politicizing their roles. I think I will stop it here. So, issued by the office of the former president for inquiry, please contact Mr. Sekou Carrasco Tamaro Jomadi, senior A and publicist. Okay, so that's it. So the police issued a statement and say, "Oh, CDC people, we apologize to y'all for the manner in which some of our officials, behave and all of that." Apparently, according to the release, it is apparent that I could not establish contact with the police because the police IG should have appeared on the show. So these are some of the issues that he would have spoken to provide clarity. So apparently the police, according to the CDC release, if you understand, you will assume that the police, you will conclude that the police was reliant on public information, informal sources that were reporting misconduct of some police officers who were assigned at VIPs, the VIPs who were at the CDC program. And so, based on the informal report, the reports from the informal sources, the CDC is saying that the police rely on informal sources to issue a statement of apology. That apology they are issuing, we didn't ask for it. We now tell you, say, any police officer misbehavior. So that thing you're ready, you get a different intention you get, you can't talk it. Because we now complain to you that any police officer misbehavior. We now complain to you that any security agent misbehavior. How can you issue release and telling us sorry for the misconduct of police officers? Who are the police officers or security people that misbehave? We want to see them because we did not complain to you. If we had complained to you, we were going to tell you complain. We were going to complain formally, and we're going to include all of the badge number or the names of the police officers who were being accused of misbehaving. But we're not complaining to you. We don't have any record here from our program to show that any police officer misbehavior or security agent misbehavior. We're not getting. So on what basis are you guys apologizing to us? No, we didn't ask for apology. We didn't complain to you. Nothing happened to our party headquarters. Our program went on fine. It was organized. There was no noise. There was no chaos. So your apology, you're not bringing it to us. We're not asking for apology. In simple English. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. So that's all I can say. I don't get anything to say. That's all I can say. So your man, is in Nima. Let's talk Nima and talk politics and talk leadership, folks. It's very important. It's highly important. So I think I have to talk to Carrasco, who is the aide in the office of the former president and chief publicist. The publicist. Yeah, I love your new tattoo.
What new tattoo il a laissé tattoo c'est continent.
Publicist, what do you do as a chief publicist?
Well, relate the president information to the public, and like I have done in the past, create that denomination, being the person between the president and the public, especially the former president now, some of these informations that the public need to know about, like this and other activities of the office of the president, we are charged with those responsibilities to inform the public about it. So
yeah, that one are
that's
true.
definitely
But one still interview from the chief that you can call. When it will be available. But I mean, there are two words used in the statement: unsolicited and unwarranted. Did I say unwarranted? No, you didn't use unwarranted. You said unsolicited.
Yeah, unwarranted as well.
Unwarranted, right? Oh, yes. Unsolicited and unwarranted.
Yeah.
Don't you think those are strong words used just to respond to somebody's apology?
Well, and Austin, you could have said it better in the ABC version of what you just said, right? Yeah. And we believe that this is purely a calculated attempt by the police or the security apparatus for something sinister that they intend to do, and later cover up by saying, okay, we apologize on something that happened in the past, so we for us, and that's what we've been saying, Austin, because like you said, right? There were no complaints. Every security personnel that is assigned to the president, they are on record. By law, they are assigned to the president based on his VIP status.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the right of the government to provide security for VIPs, especially somebody like George Weah, who just came from the office of the presidency.
Correct.
So,
go ahead, Oscar.
For the police, quote unquote, to generate an argument from social media or from a Facebook post and relate that to the office of the former president of the Republic of Liberia, President George Manneh Weah, is scary. It's scary because anybody could just say something about George Weah, or anybody could just come and say, okay, send some information to Gregory Como and his guys, and all of a sudden, President Weah will automatically become a target based on what they have just demonstrated. We did not complain. The former president.
And Carrasco, sorry, I have to hold you there. This is interesting. The CDC or the office of the former president does not have record of making any complaint, whether formal, whether verbal or on the record. You didn't complain to anybody about any misconduct of any police officer to the police?
No, we did not submit any official complaint to the police, neither any security apparatus about any activity.
Okay, but normally, assuming that there were misconduct, even though it does not exist, but assuming that there was misconduct at a political party rally, normally the police will want to have formal conversation with either the party leadership or the party or the political leader to ascertain what really transpired, if there were damage caused, if there were damages caused, what level of damages were caused, to establish what exactly the misconduct was before issuing a statement. Do you have any record to point to the police, maybe calling the former president or calling the chief of staff or calling you or talking to the party officials to establish what exactly the misconduct was before issuing the statement?
Absolutely no. There were no formal communication issues by the police to the office of the former president or the CDC that we know about, and there is nothing of that nature. So, and this is where we were taken aback. We were taken aback by a statement from the police to the president and the CDC. We went to our party headquarters. The former president went to his party headquarters, and there was an occasion at the headquarters that was done peacefully, where peaceful Liberians went to the party headquarters to pay official opinion of the due payment of the party, and that was done peacefully. We left from over there peacefully. So, to our utmost surprise, to see a press release from the police rendering an apologies to the former President Weah based on an information that was generated from social media. Social media, people can open fake Facebook page on social media. So anybody can just come and say, today we saw Joe Weah walking in the street with gun in his hand. So the police will accept that and target George Weah for it. Look, it is not a secret, Austin. Since President Weah left from power, from the EPS director, Sam Gay, to that is the police, Gregory Como, they have done things that is not appreciated by the office of the president, former president, George Weah. They have done things that is not appreciated You listen to the chief of officer of the president,
Sure.
Len Yujin Nangwe. He clearly stated some of the disrespect to the office of the former president, President Weah. So for us, we believe that this is just going beyond the ordinary. And that's the reason why these communications, because as a matter of fact, we are partnering with people around the world. We have the U.S. Embassy, the European Union, the African Union, the ECOWAS, you just name it. And all of these things that are happening, we are documenting them and forwarding an official complaint to our partners. Because it is not a crime, it is not a crime for somebody or a former president to live in his country, especially based on his democratic credential. It is not a crime. But same day, the Gregory and the rest of the other people are making this look like it is a crime for George Weah to live in Liberia as the former president. And we see this greatly as a challenge. Because for you to continuously target President Weah, it means that you want to bring this country into public disrepute. And we don't want that to happen. Reason why George Weah peacefully accepted the result and congratulated Joseph Boakai based on the outcome. So for Saint Gay and the rest of the other people to target President Weah, we believe that this is purely counterproductive and these things need to stop.
The communication you serve to the statement you issue is actually a strong worded one, but is the office of the president still open to holding a dialogue or a meeting with the police, just in case the police might realize that, oh, okay, all official source we rely on, so let's reach out to the former president. Is the former president open to holding a dialogue with the police authorities to resolve this issue?
Look, and the president has never shied away with whatever that is responsible to have our country peaceful. Like you said, there is an office of the former president. There are people are currently working in the office of the former president. And under no condition, these peaceful Liberians that are working in the office of the former president will ever disassociate themselves from having anything progressive, especially relating to our country. So, of course, when the police, aside from just listening to gossip, aside from just looking at Facebook information, the police director, the EPS director, and every other person know how to get in touch with the former president office. So since they have not done that, they resulted into going to social media, Facebook. We also are using the same medium to respond to the police, because officially we did not receive any letter of inquiry from the police with regards to the apologies that they issue on social media.
I'm trying to contact the police spokesperson. That's how we can talk to them, because this is serious. And I hope the police spokesperson can talk to us. But Carrasco, thanks for always making yourself available to talk to us. I'm receiving additional reports which are scary, so we'll have to also... Okay, we'll let Carrasco go. But yes, we got enough time to talk to NIMA politics, but let's clear some of these things, off the decks, because some of these things happened over the weekend. We didn't have the time to really speak with these people. And the office of the president, the former president, has always been available and willing to, talk to us and provide us these clarities and all of that. But the office of the president is clear that they did not find any complaint, whether official or unofficial, verbal or written. They did not complain any way, any day, anybody to the police authority. So they don't know where the police response or statement of apology is coming from. They don't know the motive. They believe the motives are ulterior, and for them, they're not taking the statement lightly. I think there are issues of concern here that we have to call a spade a spade. I've messaged the police spokesperson, Cedar Clark, on via WhatsApp. So these clarities and this conversation, we didn't see them coming. So at this point, I can call her unaware. At this point, I call her unaware to see whether she will talk to us, because I'm not getting her to respond to WhatsApp. Let me see whether I can get her via the phone directly on call. See the Juba, you call it. Also, you're not coming for people putting on the radio. So me and the police man listening. So they'll be told I'm calling you. So she might not say, well, also, why you're not coming for people putting on the radio? I can call you for now because the allegation against the police now. So I can call you. I can give you this. See that I used to work. We used to cover the legislature together way back. When she was reporter, she was president for the Reporters Association, working with ELBC. Let me see what I can get her via here. The 122 number. If it does not go through, how my account be low? Oh, okay, the wrong SIM card I'm using. So call is waiting. Oh, the other people calling CEO too. I hope they not call to tell us calling you. Don't answer a call.
Please hold or try again later. Thank you.
Okay, this call is waiting. Let me try again. Call is waiting.
Hello.
Okay, let me try. Okay. So Celia phone is on call waiting. She's on another call. Just hope she can call me back. Let me send her an SMS. Okay. That's what we do. We have to multitask. Okay. As a guy, I mean, text her. Yeah, well, so that's it. So the police, we have to actually speak to this. It has to go beyond just issue a statement. It is also the police that human being running the police now. So it's possible oversight or the member state or the guy ulterior motive. So anything is possible, as being insinuated or alleged by the statement coming from the office of the former president. It's possible the guy ulterior motive. It's possible to be the statement or issue of oversight or improper investigation to establish from official source or unofficial source, the veracity of the information before running into issuing release. So now the issue is that Cedar Clark will have to take that other responsibility. She will face it. Probably that's why her phone is so busy tonight. Shut the on the concerning G. You're sorry. Okay, so let's at least I send text on the record. So WhatsApp and SMS on the record since the phone is ringing. Let me try for another time, and then we can move into our discussion. I'm receiving report that I'm receiving too many text messages that Prophet Key, the famous Prophet Key, may be spending his first night behind bars tonight. Either to be in detention at the Moravia Central Prison or at the Moravia, at the police headquarters, in detention at the police headquarters or at the Moravia Central Prison. These are good information that I think CDS should talk to us to clarify this Prophet Key thing and then the statement, the issue of apology. And you just see their husband number. So when they say, don't talk to that man, don't talk. In la people can decide who they talk to. Now people critical, don't go there. They will critical, don't talk to them. When they talk to the people from the other side, you got the non critical. No one critical, don't talk to them. That in la people, that thing happen. Yeah, seeing a deal with you, seeing with deal with Republican. They will still host Republican. They will still take microphone to them. And, you know, a civilized society. Our society is illiterate. And so this thing come. People will tell you, don't talk to the people, the critical people. Only talk to the people they're not critical. Yeah, that's how illiterate the society is. So it makes if you want to have access to the power that be to get information, to interview them, to talk to them, it means you have to be soft, quote unquote soft, or regime collaborator, or you have to be not necessarily a friend, but a marketer or promoter or marketing agent for the government. Then they do business with you. They avail themselves to you to make appearances on your show. They give you jingles, they give you the ad, they do business with you. Once you're critical, say no. That's the society is not literate. We just get people in the country that went to school. We get people in the country that got degrees. That's all. I tell you every day, we have people in this country with degrees. They get degrees. But the mentality is illiterate. It's not recent. It's archaic. It's prehistoric. And so yeah, they get degree. But the mindset about leadership, about democracy, about politics, about intellectualism, the mindset, the standard we set, the rationality we bring to the table or to the platform is illiterate, you know. So you will see these things happening. But again, let me say this. I'm sensing some missteps here, but I don't want to rush into conclusion because I have spoken with the office of the president. I need to talk to an authority from the police, you know, because I'm saying the police issue a statement and the office of the president is alleging two things. One, they did not file any complaint to the police. That's one. So they don't know on what basis is the office of is the police issuing apology. Two, no officer misbehaved at their program. There was no misbehavior reported or seen at their program. So what specific misbehavior that the police is apologizing for? And then the third one that I like to add there is, I'm aware of some of these protocols that the police used to engage victims during these kinds of political situations. Like in this case, if there was a misconduct from the police, from a police officer, has been alleged by the police, until we can get confirmation from Celia Clark or the police, if there were misconducts by maybe a police officer or some police officers at the CDC program on Saturday, per my experience, because of the level of the event, that is the major opposition political party in the country. A police officer will go that will going to misbehave, it is grave. It is grave. So at that point, normally the police will want to request a meeting, a dialogue with the party leaders to get first-hand information as to what may have transpired. At least ask the question, you know, oh, Mr. Chairman, can we have a conversation with you on Monday by 2:00 regarding so and so news we are hearing about misconduct of a police or one or two police officers. We want to know whether it is true that there was misbehavior, whether it is true that those who were misbehaving were police officers. We want to make sure whether you can identify, we want to make sure whether you can identify them, because we just don't want to apologize. We want to take actions against them. You know, so we want to identify them. Have the officers been identified by the police? That's not in the release and all of that. So, I mean, it makes it complicated as we start to listen. But from what the office of the former president is reporting, for me, I think it requires further investigation. I think the Ministry of Justice needs to get involved. Because if there was no misbehavior of a police officer at the CDC program, the CDC say no behavior here. The police said behavior was there, so we apologizing. CDC said, no, I'm apologizing to you on your ulterior motive because we are our program. We are the major opposition political party in the country. If there was a misconduct of a police officer at our party headquarters, we will not flag it. But we're telling you, contrary to your statement, nothing happened to our party headquarters. Where is this apology coming from? We didn't complain to you. We didn't answer the issue statement. So where is it coming from? So for me, I think the Inspector General of Police needs to investigate further, or the Ministry of Justice needs to take charge of this matter to establish, go beyond, establish firstly whether there was a misconduct. And we will pressure the Ministry of Justice to establish, because you, as Greg and his team, they get bad police officers in the country. There are some people who be that Greg are bad men. So some believe he's good man, some believe he's unethical, some believe he's ethical, some believe he's unprofessional, some believe he's professional. Now, mind you, don't ask me why I know about police officers. I tell you, most of them are unethical. But that, it makes it difficult for anybody in charge of the police. You even take Greg from down there, you take Craig Massacre, you put in there. You take Mark Amna, you put in there. Take all the former police directors say you're going to manage that police. That police will still have issues. But the point is, when issues that what we're discussing come up, because the police is rebranding her lost image or reputation, because the police say they're rebranding their image. So the fact that you're rebranding, the first thing that the police should consider, your words must be believable. Your words must be acceptable. Your words must be trustworthy. That's the integrity of the institution. But when you just say something that's not true, then an integrity issue. That the police will say police officer misbehave or there were misconduct at CDC program. CDC say that lie. That's integrity issue. That's integrity issue. Because the police is supposed to be having intelligence. For security men, can't tell you say there was misconduct of our officer. The palace said no. There was no misconduct here. We didn't report any misconduct here. This is an integrity issue now. The war of the police versus the war of the CDC. Says the police versus the CDC war, it means the Minister of Justice or the Ministry of Justice will have to get involved to go beyond this. There is no politics. I don't know why these things keep happening. And the more these things happen, it drags the police into politics. And the police should not be dragged into politics. The police cannot be having a lot of political controversies around it. So in my mind, probably this statement was intended to disabuse the minds of some who believe that the police is partisan or an extension of the UP, or that the police hate the CDC, or the police and the CDC they're not friendly. So the police try to use maybe a minor incident that happened, not to even the knowledge of the CDC. The police tries to use this to fix or mend the broken fences or try to soften the ground that will pave the way for lasting peace between the police and the CDC. Anything is possible. Whether it was a strategy or it's a tactic to reconcile for previous actions, which is possible, but I think it has to be done properly. Because I mean, you can't take action that will question the police, bring the police into the police reputation into question. That the police, do you know where it is to sit down and issue an official statement on the police letterhead signed by the Deputy Police Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner of Police, spokesperson of the Liberia National Police? She signed. It means the police must have done her investigation, her verification. She verified, she established that there were misconduct at the program, and two, that those who were engaged in the misconduct were police officers. In the absence of establishing those two, you can't issue an official statement on the police letterhead. You can tread on they say or yes say. This is the Liberia National Police, folks. This is the police. You can't depend on gossip or social media platforms, social media bloggers to issue official statement. We in the public now, we are interested in knowing the police officers that misbehave. We want to know. Because you said they misbehave. What did they do? And these are the critical questions or stance we can take. People can say we opposition to the government. These are the critical things or analysis of questions we can ask. Then people say, Greg, don't go to that man's show. Aji, don't go to that man's show. So no, as I'm talking, someone then telling you, hey, the city was telling you not to go to that man's show. But folks, everything will not be sugar. Everything will not be asking for the police. The police will have challenges in all government institutions, including the CDC. CDC get our own challenge. How come nobody wants anybody to be critical? Nobody wants anybody to ask hard questions, to run hard analysis, tough analysis, to run strong analysis about the system. That means don't be in a system now. Because if you're in the system, you must be open. You must be acceptable to criticism. You can say, I want to be in government, but I don't want to be criticized. That's why we said to you, hey, nobody will cause anybody here to communicate their disagreements or to communicate their agreement. Nobody will do that in here. But we will ask the hard questions. When you come and sit on our microphones, we will ask you the hard questions. When there are issues for us to talk about, we will be critical on the issues. No, forget about the personality. Do you know how many police directors and police spokesmen before? They're all gone. People were still critical of the police. But when you come here as our guest, we are under the moral and ethical obligations to protect you as our guest. Protecting you means nobody can harm you or disrespect you. Protecting you means, hey, the environment will be comfortable for us to ask you questions. Protecting you means me and you not coming debate. I'm not coming call you my girl, I can't debate. No, we're not coming debate. I'm not calling you, I can't express my opinion on issue. No, I come ask you a question. And then, but we will ask the hard questions. No, we will ask the hard questions. That's what protecting our guests means. So y'all there, as you ain't see what we tell you not to go on this show. I have been there. Hey, I can tell you everything. Once I sit behind these microphones, I'm not lying on anybody. I'm not insulting anybody. And I get down. And I get down. You know what? I'll be worried when I can't sit down here. I start cursing you or cursing somebody. I don't know. What? What's in car? I'm gonna go curse. No. But I will disagree with you. And the tone of my disagreement, maybe some may feel irritated or intimidated or angry because of the tone we will use to criticize or critique or analyze your behavior or your action, or some of us who might go in depth. Let's be frank. Let's face the reality. The police is a serious institution. The police can come in and issue official statement on her letterhead and say there was misconduct at a political party rally. I mean, you must have investigated. You have evidence. That's why I send Celia Clark text messages on WhatsApp and through SMS. Then I want to talk to her for her to clarify the source of the information. What did the police, or how did the police get the information that there was misconduct at CDC headquarters? These are questions I want to answer. You know, how did the police get the information that there were misconducts at CDC headquarters? Which source file in or complain to the police? To what extent did the police investigate? What did the police establish? Who are the officers involved? What specific conduct are the police term misconduct? What did they do that amounted to misconduct? These are not even critical questions. These are regular questions that any regular journalist will ask you. But again, they are shying away. So yes, we can do anything. No. You know, but again, that's it. That's the system we have. We have to move on. So Nima County, folks. Yes, I'm receiving all your messages. The police nobody from the police wants to talk to me to even confirm or speak to this whole statement of apology thing. Then you're sending me private key information again and you're sleeping in jail. How the people will even clarify that the man is sleeping in jail? I want to play this. They say the both singing song in my Koga, don't run away. Yeke la human be. Koga, don't run away. Yeke la human be. Let me see whether that's true you're talking. He said play the video. Let me play the video. Koga, don't run away. Yeke la human be. Koga, don't run away. Yeke la human be. Let me see. Okay, Yeke TV. Okay. Okay. Now, this is what I have been wishing to say to all of you concerning this Nima County by-election thing, and I think I will see them tonight. You see, folks, Liberia has a couple of challenges, right? And we can go on and on to talk about the different administrative challenges, talk about the financial ones and all of that. But I'd like us to spend some time tonight talking about our voters. Every time when I say to you, we have people with degrees in this country, but we do not have literate people. Do not have literate people. And you think literacy only means you must be able to read and write. But people read and write and they don't comprehend. And they do not know how to apply what they have read. They don't know how to apply. Somebody can sit and write, and somebody can say, do not cross the road without looking left, right, and then left, and then cross. Anybody can sit down and write that. Give that same paper to that person, tell him, go and apply what you've just written. and see whether that person will be able to apply that. The person was saying, see, our EP6 cameo, he will jump. Our EP6 in District 16. The person will be standing to Allen Clinic Junction. You see, our EP6, if he ready before crossing the road, that man feeling ready before crossing the road. Look left, right, and then left before crossing. Way in Kingdom Garden will learn it here. That man will master degree sit and wrote for his child. Say before crossing the road, look left, and then right, and then left again. That same man will go stay right to Allen Junction. He looked towards the support bridge side. He sees our EP6 coming. I don't know our EP or HOR6, anyone, but our EP6 coming. Young, some people know why I'm using 6. They see our EP6 coming. He said, "Oh, I mean, because I'm a man. I think these people coming." Then he jumped on the road. He looking left and right. He jumping on the road. And the only reason why he is jumping on the road, of course, because he has seen HOR6, and he knows that HOR6 that Dixie Sibo car that he made. So because that he made in the car now coming, he had breached the entire standard way of crossing road. So he jumped on the road because I didn't see in the car now. So Sibo supposed to stop automatically because his friend Osikawa see a car and Osikawa won't cross the road. So Osikawa jumps on the road. Oh, my man, that Sibo coming. That Israel said that Sibo. They jump on the road. That's how Liberian make a decision. That's how our educated class can make decision. That's how we rationalize in this country. Oh, you tell me say I'm lying. If that's not how we can rationalize. The people with the PhD, they do it. The people with PhD do it in this country. I have experienced that. The other day we went to a program. We had a program, a university program. So I had gone to moderate the debate for the university program. The student election debate. Before the debate, we were in a conversation with 2 senior officials of the university. A church member walks in. That church member is an instructor at AMU. An instructor. But the church member walked into a formal discussion we were having. And the only reason, the rationale behind that man who is an instructor with 2 master's degrees, the only reason why he intruded into the discussion because he saw, he know Osikawa, he know the other person, he know 2 persons whose names I wouldn't call. So for him, because he saw us and recognized us, so he could not speak and pass or stop, speak and ask for conversation. No. He is so the rationalizing is he's supposed to intrude and join the conversation and interrupt our conversation because he knows us. Master degree may make a decision. He has rationalized. That's how we rationalize in this country. So it is a disaster for, and that's illiteracy. That illiteracy can cause us to do these things. You go somewhere, you see people sitting down, you see officials sitting down somewhere. Maybe the gathering might be informal gathering. Maybe they come from practicing on a Saturday and they sit down 2 TV lawmakers on the scene old time thing to sit down having a conversation. You don't know whether they have the gathering is informal, but the conversation is a formal conversation. The gathering can be informal, but the conversation, the discussion can be formal. This guy came, that lady. This lady came and ran straight and wants to shake a minister's hand. So the security tried to stop her. Where's this here? You know him, man? He called the minister. They talk all eating cassava, roasted cassava together on your camera. You were there. Where you know him? We don't want you to pay the man with like that. And I look at the lady, I listen to the lady. I know the lady. She taught me before. And she taught me journalism before. So I said, what kind of country is so? What kind of people are we? And we cry every day on how we blame the poor people, the ordinary people, for not rationalizing and just making decisions. We say all the invalid votes when we go to elections, all the invalid votes in this country, we can say are the elected people or the people who did not go to school. We blame the uneducated people of being a problem for their country. We say, oh, the people can't rationalize, they can't make decisions, they don't know how to make decisions. But guess what? The ones who have the degrees will go to government office and read the code of conduct for public officials. He will read that code of conduct on Saturday. On Sunday, he jumps up, wears a party t-shirt, and goes to Nima to campaign, and comes back to you on Monday and argues that, hey, that Sunday I went there to campaign. It was not on working day. That man with 2 master's degree, finish rationalizing you. The law say, do not do this thing. The law did not say, don't do it on working day. Nowhere in the code of conduct say all public officials should not work on working. Should campaign, but not on working days. They say don't do it. The law did not say particular day that you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to do. The law clear. The man comes back. Saturday he reads the law. Sunday he wears political party t-shirt, goes to Nima and campaign, and comes back Monday and say that on Sunday I did it. He said I did it, but on Sunday I did it. They're not on working day. Yeah? But the same man, so the man telling you Sunday he does not do government job. Imagine government official and the T is telling you he doesn't do government job. How do we establish or draw the line between you doing government job? When everywhere you went in Nima, you were recognized as either Minister of Labor or managing. You my best friend more position. You were recognized as managing director of water and sewer. On Sunday, but you say you are not doing government job. On Sunday, you are recognized as managing director of LPRC, my other friend Amos. But he said you are not doing government job, but they recognize you as official title. Folks, and at the end of the day, we do these things because we find comfort in doing the wrong things. We find comfort in violating our laws. Then we go to intellectualize and say we're defending or we're providing justification for our wrongdoings. And we expect that we are going to fix this country. And we expect that we're going to arrest and rescue the challenges that are confronting our country when we are intentionally refusing to honor the rule of law. What kind of democracy? Democracy does not work anywhere in the absence of the rule of respect for the rule of law. Show me one country, one democracy that you know is working or has worked in the absence of respect for the rule of law. No democracy works. It's a complete breakdown. It's a failure. Democracy does not work when there is no respect for laws, no respect for the rules. You set the rules and you break the rules. You set the laws, you violate the laws, and you intellectualize your violation of the law. You say, oh yeah, the man can speak. Oh, the man is eloquent. Oh, the man is sound. Oh, the man has 2 master's degrees. The man is violating the laws and intellectualizing his violation of the law. And you are praising him and calling him an eloquent man, an educated man. The man has 2 master's degrees. Hey, my people, what kind of country are we? The disaster is in Nima now. America take that 1.2 million for photo awareness, they get first. See what's happening in Nima. How do we rationalize? And this goes to all the political parties. All the political parties. The way we make political decisions in the country, sometimes, it appears to me like, why do we have people, why do we keep prioritizing people with degrees to head or lead us when they're not making decisions that people with degree, people who acquire formal education, that are supposed to be civilized, that are supposed to be literate in the thinking, that are supposed to be able to rationalize and make decisions. We put them to lead us. And they make decision worst. They make decision least we expect of them. Look at Nima. Imagine the United Party folks is complaining that they do not have money. The country is broke. Next day, I think $1.2 million budget just to hold by-election in Nima County. The election currently ongoing. The budget is over $1.2 million. I'm told. I am told. Government fact check up me, fact check me. But the reason why I'm not doing that outside that because they can be accurate. But they can reach out to me though. They can reach out to me. You said they what else? So, but again, can't answer because the thing can be true. I can use my disclaimer. I can get in away. You know. So I'm being told that the budget that the government is acting on to finance the by-election in Nima is something over $1.2 million. Now, folks, tell me, the party and the government in power that is supposed to be concerned about managing waste, the same government is supporting a certain representative that has 5 years or 4 years, 7 months, or 4 years, 6 months, let's say 4 years, 6 months to serve as representative. They make up 4 more years and more to continue serving as representative. The government says she broke. She's complaining that she cannot even 100% fund the by-election in Nima. The budget that next submitted today, the government said they don't have that money. So they slash the security budget. They slash the photo awareness budget. They slash also the small. They say do all irrelevant one, the photo awareness, security operations. They slash all the budget. They say they didn't get the money. They don't have the money to finance the election as proposed by NEC. So they have to cut. The very government that is cutting, the government is supporting Samuel Koga to be senator, that when he is elected, there will be enough vacancy created that NEC will have to come back to the state government and say, hey, please finance the election again. There's a by-election in Nima again. The same Nima for to replace Samuel Koga. Hey, tell me now, folks, that educated people making these decisions. The economists should be sitting down in United Party war room and saying, hey, they're Kafan. They should be sitting in UP war room and say, Chief, there are winnable candidates in our place. We can't be supporting somebody at our own detriment, financial detriment. Because we think there's so we spend $900,000 in Nima just to conduct one by-election. As considering that the entire county. It means the by-election to replace Samuel Koga again, we might need at least $500,000. Why are we spending all this money when teachers are complaining, threatening to lay down their jobs at the university campus for $120,000? Hey, but economists are making decisions. You know how they will call it? They call it politics. The budget implementation is politics. The budget formulation is politics. The budget part debate is politics. So why do we send people to go learn economics now? Why do we send people to go learn management? Why do we send people to go to public administration? Say everything is just politics now. Since everything is politics, nobody go to teacher training school now. Everybody go to political science. That are not educated people say, oh, man, politics. That they feel rationalizing you. In politics. But face it, we must pay not less than $500,000 to hold by-election to replace Samuel Koga. Because if Samuel Koga gets elected as senator, there will be by-election in his district. The government will have to come back again to raise at least $500,000 to go and hold another by-election in Nima. Why are we wasting all these monies? When you are a teacher, offer say They have up to this Wednesday. They give you 1 week ultimatum to pay them just $120,000 USA. Pay all our benefits. Same November, the government said didn't get money. For November last year, the government said she does not have money. She's unable to raise $120,000 to pay the instructors at UL. Now they're saying they will either not administer the test or they will administer the test and then they hold the grace for $120,000 baby. But the federal government is saying once she slashed the next budget for the Nima County senatorial by-election, they didn't get enough money, didn't get that money, so we reduce it. They reduce it. The federal government is going and supporting a candidate that will create additional financial burden on the same government that is complaining she does not have money. Hey, how are we rationalizing our decisions as public officials? How are we rationalizing our decisions as public officials? But those are the people who went to school and you talk, they say, hey, politics. That's not politics. That's not politics. This is not fair to the people. You have a school in Bombay that you have one teacher teaching 4 different classes. Only because the Ministry of Education does not have the capacity to actually build a teacher quarter there that will keep the teachers there. So everybody running away from assignment. They have to reduce the school. They have to downgrade the school from sixth grade to 3rd grade. Because $120,000, $50,000 can pay 3-bedroom apartment, put water, current in the street there, not street there, but the solar there, everything. $50,000. The school is elementary school. You can pay one teacher quarter down there. $35,000 can pay you one teacher quarter down there. But yeah, mommy, go to $35K, you pay one teacher quarter there. You put solar there. The people will go down there to teach. The teachers will go there to teach. Right here, my hair. Those teachers are running away because where do they live? Where do they stay? But if you take $35,000 and put it to and build one teacher, one quick impact teacher quarter there, furnish it and put solar energy to the place to give them 24/7 electricity, they will go there to teach. Because the whole apartment you build, you got drinking water, they got everything right there. So you even cost yourself around 75 to 80K for that project. You're good to go. To cover the interior, everything for the teacher quarter. Let's face reality here, folks. Those teachers have that. So we keep messing out on our priorities and we're calling it politics. We say we're playing politics. Trust me, I told someone, I say, what the thing you're doing? Me, I pray that Koga does not get elected. For 2 reasons. 2 reasons, not because I don't want, because there is no political party Benin. 2 reasons I don't want Samuel Koga elected. One is that it's going to save us financial burden. It's going to save us additional financial burden. If Koga is defeated, the government will be able to save herself from spending over at least $800,000. If Samuel Koga is defeated, it's going to save the government at least $800,000. So the government people now should be praying. I see them going there to go campaign for the man. Go in fact additional costs on and say, yo, Samuel Koga, go. We won't spend more money. When they come back, these are some of the things that can make us angry. We can toss something and they'll say no. But imagine a government official comes to me. Government is telling you how to pray. That tough times are ahead. But the government is spending millions in Nima to elect one man who is already a representative. Besides the money to neck, the government is taking money into Nima to campaign for her candidate. The ruling party. See, they are taking real money. In fact, they are spending more money than what they even gave to NEC on political campaign. Accommodation, feeding, paraphernalia, all kinds of different things. They're spending money on it. So beating Samuel Koga, voting against him will save the government, will save our state resources, our money. It will save our money. To beat Samuel Koga is saying government, you'll save over $800,000. You'll save the money. To elect Samuel Koga is saying government, you'll spend additional 800,000 plus. Because we tell the man from representative, main senator, they will go back to his position and elect somebody. He spend money to elect another person as representative. What is that? What is that? The salary for senator is not more than the salary for representative. The margin down one. What impact Samuel Koga has that made in the House and carrying in the Senate? What kind of impact is going to make in that place? The man is going down there with zero team, zero achievement. Zero achievement. You take it, I see everybody running beyond Koga. Hey, they may spend all a life in the House, causing noise and disturbing and causing trouble. Just to go carry another trouble in the Senate. That's why you're running behind here, spending all the money. Economic reasoning. I'll leave you with that tonight. Oh yeah, my fellow, all of you who've come to fellowship with us tonight. I'll leave you with this. Economic reasoning. You'll go to research tomorrow. We'll come back. We'll talk about that. What economic reasoning is. That will start the show tomorrow in the Nima by-election. We want to take course, but I'll leave you with this. Economic reasoning. You'll keep it. You'll record it. Tomorrow, when we come back, we will start the show with economic reasoning. What it is. How does it help our government? How can it help our government? How can we apply it? How can we use it? How have we used it? How have we applied economic reasoning to rationalize, to make decisions, to make choices? We'll come out tomorrow. That's how we start the show tomorrow. We'll be adding professionalism, or we'll be adding some subject taste to the conversation these days. Because for me, I get confused at times. What kind of decision? What kind of who rationalizing for all of us in the opposition, in the ruling party? Who's really rationalizing? Because some of the decisions that we can make, so now say me and my mom can be fool. I can be shocked. You chasing Koga. Koga bringing nothing. He's taking nothing to the Senate. I don't know, I shouldn't roll with that one. But he's taking nothing to the Senate. He's taking nothing to that Senate. No qualities. No knowledge. No argument. No debate. Koga ain't got the man and prefer one debate. All the years he spent in that place. In the House. The man get debate. He ain't got argument. He doesn't have logic. Reasoning, poll. Judgment, poll. He doesn't rationalize. You taking him from the House and carrying in the Senate. That place I get people who have worked before, sat down in office, and they real professional work, specialized work. They play it in our Senate. Now when they sit down, they don't need to go on Google to communicate their views. That one can give it to them. Most of them, they're not all. Most of them in that Senate, they don't need to go to Google to communicate basic leadership or basic governance, governance thoughts on issues, on the everyday issues. They don't need to go to Google. Most of them in the Senate. You take Koga and saying down there, the man has never had a debate in his whole life. He has never formed an opinion or a debate in his entire life in the legislature. He does not have any sound argument or reasoning. His reasoning is poor, lazy, weak. He doesn't rationalize. He brings nothing, no quality at all. Tell me this is Koga's quality. Ask anybody, say, what is Koga's quality that the ruling party is running behind him? They will tell you, say, that man a troublemaker, that man can cause trouble, that man like trouble. That all they will tell you. That man like trouble. We can use that man to cause trouble in the Senate. That all? What kind of civil committee chairman on commerce will go take a car, buy a car to the Freeport opposite Futa on Saturday, every Saturday, for more than 4 hours? That man car will be parking down there. He coming from store to store. He said, lawmaker, go buy a car. They make a high vehicle. The main vehicle will be parking down there. He get out of the car. He put a crossbar on his He put a crossbar on him. He going from Futa to Fuani to City Bello. He coming on Saturday. He say he chairman on commerce. That one reason there he be Fonati removal because Fonati replacing as committee on commerce chairman and gave the job to Ellis Noah from Sano. That one of the crown there Fonati committee. So Samuel got angry Bowie. The anger thing in the job what you were fighting for, he joined Fonati removal bene that he running away from now. He wanted you. Even in a majority block, he said now I want to be committee chair on commerce. He went into the Senate. That all the men do that for causing trouble. Soliciting bribe. All the money message out making harass. He get big and harass. But let's be frank, man, folks. We have to be able to rationalize. If we can't, then we should stop celebrating degrees. Because our inability to rationalize and make sound decisions makes our degree useless. Or it makes people to see our degrees as being useless. And this is painful and disgusting too. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 are the numbers to call and be a part of the show tonight. And then the WhatsApp number is +231 886 500 104. Those are the numbers. Let me see whether these phones are on. Yes. Let's take calls to take 6.
Hello?
Good evening. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Asking Kawa, this is Gao Ibrahim Jill, and I'm calling you from Skyway, a son of Lima.
Okay.
Asking, your humanity is brilliant humanity, but asking, I am the supporter of the Unity Party. Say like you of Pune and their brother, they have this by election, 30 representatives for testing election in Liberia, you know that, right?
Which is wrong.
It is very wrong, brother. I'm a member of the Unity Party. It is very wrong because this government is struggling to rescue the Nigerian people according to the motive of the President Baga, who said he has come to power to rescue the Nigerian people for us to be campaigning for Mr. Fuga. My brother, I don't know what to say.
I know.
Just all kind of bad way. We need to be things for a certain representative to be contesting when in a penny election and then when I say almost 4 years plus, then you contesting for a senatorial seat before you want to get 9 years plus. It is very wrong. It happened all the women are they coming to power in America today. President Baga they can also support me. I'm a member of the Unity Party. I know it's wrong. I know Mr. Baga will win that election. It will be another bad election in Lima County because somehow we know we have what people they understand. We know what's going on there.
Sure.
I know Mr. Baga will win the election. It will be another bad election. That will put the government in another problem. It's going to pay another half of better again. And in the Congo where it's a very good candidate to represent the people of Lima County for Mr. Baga as a certain representative for testing for senatorial seat. It is unfortunate in Nigeria. We need to change the constitution.
Thank you, my brother. Let's hear somebody else. Go ahead.
Hello.
Good evening to you. Let's hear you. Habaku, go ahead.
My brother, we are sorry for something to call. They say politics, but it's called stupidity. Because we are in a country where we all striving to develop. And Sonny will be the cause. And my one will be the cause for 30 places to develop. And will that right for that place to be developed? That's what you see. Because to pay 2 times money just for one person to be there,
Yeah.
even though it's What they as the call stupidity because they may already in job. You look because a lot of people like looking for job. Let the people give chance to people to find job. You understand what I'm saying here?
Sure, you're right. I have to believe you.
So if we love the country as we love ourselves, this country is our country. It's country that we're trying to build. We all should join together with effort knowledge to develop the country. And that is clear knowledge in preaching today. That's what we want me to go. Because if you elect the man, you will say elect another person. So why not give the thing to somebody who already looking for a job that don't have a job?
And then we say, we say the country over $800,000.
You see what I'm saying? So how can we expect the country to be developed? The country, you want to be the country who can able to develop it? Other people are different from this country. Is it a man or is a care that behind us or what? I'm confused. I can be really, really confused. Well, we have all the opportunities to develop the country. We have all the opportunities. But however, that is Liberia.
Thank you. That is Liberia. We have to fight to change it. Hello, let's hear you.
Yeah, how are you, brother?
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much for your discussion tonight. My brother, the country we live in, and we pray. For me, all the things they do there, my name Jeremiah Fire, I'm a visitor of United Party there. But for me, I'm not in favor. All we struggling to eat is in power. Stay there. But they can't stay there, they will jump. All I want is money. And we pray. Today, when you in power for me, I will put my hand on something, but I pray. But when we in power, we pray for them, they will never succeed. The people that are sitting there, they don't get job, let God make it succeed.
Thank you very much. Next person, go ahead.
Hello.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Sandra calling from the Road Center.
Maryland Center, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for accepting my show tonight. You know, Sandra Kuka is very job.
Oh, your background seems noisy. Hello, let's hear you quickly. 30 seconds.
Yeah, Austin, good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay. Go ahead.
My name is Kawie, and I call you from Monrovia, Caldwell. Austin, I want to ask you a question, Austin. And you say cut down their aid to Liberia?
Exactly so.
Okay. And you say they won't cut their aid to?
Yeah.
Okay. And the Liberian government said they're imposing taxes on the ordinary people?
Correct.
Okay. Austin. And it's trouble in some Koga?
I already know what you're doing.
But they're not the sophisticated Liberians in power.
Oh, yeah, the most educated ones.
And they are the people that know about governance.
Go there. Let's hear. We'll take 2 more callers and we'll go home tonight. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Austin. Pleasant good evening, dear brother. This is Hussein. I'm Hussein Keo. So, also I listen to the different views, the different talking points. So the one that do the elections in Nema County. One thing, one of the problems in our country is the Constitution, right? And I want to agree with one of the lawyers who said the Constitution should be rewritten. And I think it would be necessary because the law permits Liberian citizens to contest in an election if even they are sitting lawmakers. So if you even say, oh, the man shooting, but the law permits him to run as a representative.
No, Hussein, if I will be our last caller, because I'm thinking nobody again. Hussein, the same thing I was talking just now about rationalizing. That ain't doing that so. Because the Constitution says, or the Constitution does not spell it out, it means we should not, in our rational thinking, make decisions that will be in the interest of our country and saving us from wasteful spending. That's why. That's a reasoning, right? Or that's the argument.
No. The point here is that it is permitted under the law, correct? It is permitted.
Hussein, the conversation is not illegality. We're not arguing or discussing that it is illegal. The point is about how we rationalize our decision, how we rationalize before making choice. Oh, we lost Uzi. We lost him. Hey, my man, Uzi, my man. Let's see now talking about how we rationalize. That leads us into making decision. That does not exploit the country. You can't again say the law say because the law does not disallow or the law does not speak against it, it means we can do it. That's not the conversation. And that should not be your best reasoning. The other day, I think I was Oliver and myself, or I think somebody myself were having a conversation about the Constitution. I don't agree with any lawyer that would say, let's rewrite the Constitution. Rewrite the thing for what? Rewrite it to mean what? Let's amend. Yes, that sounds reasonable. And I was also telling you initially about on the show. I was telling you I think Councillor Scott proposed that we amend our major laws, like our penal law, our criminal procedure law, our constitution. After 5 years, we see what we can possibly amend our laws to suit or meet to fit current days realities. But I say rewrite to mean what? Now, how we rationalize. It's a serious challenge for our country. It is costing us a lot. It's costing us a lot because we don't rationalize well. Use sentiments. We last sentiments. My man will say when they're talking nothing because you be man. So let me go say because the law does not discourage. So I mean let's do it. But the NEC is a constitutional requirement. NEC has rules. NEC has its own criteria, she said. Right? So what would be wrong if NEC criteria say, hey, no sitting representative should be allowed to contest for a by-election unless he or she resigns. Or you stop it totally. Because if we want to avoid cause, we say the person must resign. Even the person resign, we'll still be having by-election for the two positions. But if you say the person must resign before contesting, that person may be afraid to resign because that person knows that when he or she lost the election, they're not going back to the seat. The reason why these certain representatives are contesting by-elections is because when they lose the by-election, they go back to become representative. But if the law was requiring them to resign before contesting another position, when you want to ascend, the law will require that to ascend, you must resign. To ascend from one elected position to another elected position, you must resign. The current one, you must relinquish the current one and stand for the Sunday one. Yes. These are harsh realities that we must accept. We must make the laws strong enough that they'll be able to deter or prevent us from running into wasteful spending too. From stopping us from running into wasteful spending. When you make the kind of laws, you know how many million it will save us on by-elections where you see law representatives just going into senatorial by-elections. So we're not ready yet. I was telling my man, I said, my man, Liberia, I was doing my research, and based on the countries that are not all, I can say the only country in the world, but based on the countries that are researched, the age criteria, Liberia is the only country based on the over 22 countries that I have researched. Liberia is the only country amongst those 22 countries that got that age requirement to contest to be represented at 25. Our law say 18-year-old is an adult. 18-year-old can work. 18-year-old can marry. 18-year-old can born child. 18-year-old can build house. 18-year-old, if you 18-year-old, you can marry. You can work. You are eligible to marriage. You are eligible to work. You are eligible to own family, to raise a family. 18. Our law say 18. Then you say that man can get work at 18. He get married. He pay her at 19. from 18 to 20 or 21 year old, they make it establish himself, marry, get a job, everything is something. But he's not allowed to contest to be represented until he reaches 25 year old. That law is a key. And in my mind, the reason why the framers of the Constitution didn't set the age at 25, because back then, the circumstances were different. But the interpretation of maturity was different back then. How many 25-year-old person then, maybe you saw leaving university, getting senior or middle level management job. It was in news then. 1986, when the Constitution was made, for a 23-year-old man to be manager, director, assistant minister, it was news. 1986, you 23-year-old, you assistant minister, that news. 1986, you graduate from university, that news. That news. No, that's not news. For a 23-year-old man to get married, 23-year-old man to build a house, that's not news anymore in Liberia in 2025. That's not news again. So it means the society has grown to that level. We've grown past people seeing 25-year-old or 23 or 24-year-old person as a kid. We've grown past that stage. So what do? We amend the law to suit current reality. 22-year-old man in America, we can be celebrating 22-year-old man as represented in America. 19-year-old person contesting to be represented in America. In Liberia, we say our law says you will be 25. But when 19-year-old person contesting to be congressman in America, we can be celebrating it. It can be news. We stay here saying you must reach 25-year-old before you be qualified to contest as representative. Then we set age criteria, but we don't set academic criteria. So you can be stupid 25-year-old man or 25-year-old man. When you not get sense, you can contest. You know what I mean? When you not get sense, just be 25-year-old, you can contest. You can get no career, no experience, no specialty, or no special life skill, nothing. Just be 25. How can we reduce our legislature into just my being 25-year-old? And we disregard the issue about education. Then we focus on age. How will we disregard the issue about education to go to the legislature to make laws? You can't send people to Capitol building who cannot read and write and rationalize and apply basic fundamentals. So we need to amend our laws that will say, hey, place emphasis on education. People must come to the legislature with skill, with experience, different experiences. Not necessarily be having master degree. Somebody can be a good, what should I say? A good mason. That man got skill. That man got idea on public works. Somebody can be a plumber. The person doesn't have to have PhD. Somebody can be a plumber, a seasoned plumber. That man has knowledge. He has a skill that he can sit in Capitol building. When public works minister or public works ministry goes to that building, that man, that plumber sitting in that Capitol building, is able to sit down when public works minister speaks and ask technical questions. That's the kind of specialized skills we're talking about. Not necessarily go get PhD or double master. No, but we need to encourage people with specialized skills to go into the legislature. That's the point. My man will see one about because the law not a lie. Okay, so that should be loose. We should not set no standard. The laws will not necessarily set practical standards for you. Yeah, sorry, we gotta go on 15 minutes into the next turn. But I mean that's it. So don't forget economic reasoning. Don't forget, tomorrow we will begin a show with that. So we have to go. Yeah, sure, we have to go. Let me say thanks to all of you who joined us tonight. Thanks to the office of the former president. who accepted our invitation to provide clarity on the communication or the statement issued. Even though the police did not respond to us, we will reach out to them tonight or tomorrow to see whether we can get a response from them regarding the statement they issue. That is a follow-up. Tomorrow is Tuesday. We hope to get the UR people to talk to us tomorrow, the faculty. But to all of you who call in, all of you who follow us via our Facebook Live, and via the different radios, whether it's through your phone or your manual radio or your digital radio, we say thanks to all of you, man. It was nice having all of you on my voice tonight. And hope we can do this again tomorrow by God's grace. Until we meet tomorrow, do have yourselves pleasant moments in your respective areas. My name is Austin Kawa. Bye-bye.
You use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that the question that we ask.